When you hear the name Nicole Kidman, you don't just picture a movie star. You picture a certain kind of Hollywood magic, elegance, mystery, and a career that somehow kept reinventing itself when most actors would have already settled into a familiar role. She began performing remarkably young in Australia, appearing in films like Bush Christmas and BMX Bandits before Dead Calm announced that there was something unusually powerful about her on screen. Then came Hollywood. Days of Thunder introduced her to American audiences, but Nicole Kidman wasn't content to simply become famous by standing beside a bigger star. She kept choosing roles that pushed her somewhere unexpected. To Die For showed audiences a darker, sharper side of her talent, and Moulin Rouge transformed her into something almost impossible to define: glamorous, vulnerable, theatrical, completely unforgettable. But it was The Hours that changed everything. Her portrayal of Virginia Woolf wasn't simply another acclaimed performance. It earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress, and proved that the woman audiences once associated with Hollywood glamour could completely disappear inside a character. But here's the thing about Nicole Kidman's story. Winning an Oscar wasn't the finish line. It was almost the beginning of a different career. Instead of repeating the same formula, she moved between enormous studio films and difficult, unconventional projects, working with filmmakers like Stanley Kubrick, Jane Campion, Baz Luhrmann, Sofia Coppola, and Gus Van Sant. Eyes Wide Shut, The Others, Dogville, Cold Mountain, The Beguiled, Lion, Bombshell, The Northman, and Being the Ricardos all revealed different versions of the same performer. She could be glamorous, frightening, fragile, strange, funny, devastating, or completely unrecognizable, sometimes within only a few years of each other. And then television changed again. In an era when movie stars were still often expected to stay on the big screen, Kidman stepped into prestige television and helped prove just how powerful that medium could be. Big Little Lies gave her the role of Celeste Wright, a woman whose polished exterior concealed a deeply painful reality, and the performance earned her an Emmy, while she also served as an executive producer. From The Undoing to Nine Perfect Strangers, Expats, and Lioness, she kept moving into new territory instead of protecting the image she had already built. But maybe that's what makes Nicole Kidman's journey so compelling. For decades, the public has watched her change, sometimes dramatically, while the industry kept trying to define her. Actress, Hollywood beauty, Oscar winner, producer, television star, fashion icon. But none of those labels ever seemed big enough on their own. She continued producing through Blossom Films, supporting stories and perspectives she wanted to explore, while also becoming known for work that demanded vulnerability rather than simply glamour. Her career has never really been about playing it safe. It's been about curiosity, risk, and the willingness to look different, sound different, even feel different from one project to the next. Her achievements eventually became almost impossible to ignore. An Academy Award, multiple Golden Globes, Emmy wins, a BAFTA, and in 2024, the American Film Institute's Life Achievement Award, making her the first Australian recipient. And now, after more than 4 decades in the spotlight, the most remarkable part isn't that Nicole Kidman stayed famous. It's that she stayed curious. She kept changing while remaining unmistakably herself. From an ambitious young performer in Australia to an international film star, from Oscar-winning actress to television powerhouse and producer, she never allowed one version of Nicole Kidman to become the final version. Fame can give you an image, but longevity requires something else. It requires reinvention. It requires the courage to leave behind what already works and step into something you haven't mastered yet. And that's exactly what Nicole Kidman's career has become. Not simply a record of successful films and awards, but a story about refusing to become predictable. Still taking risks, still transforming, still finding new stories to tell, Nicole Kidman holds a place very few performers can claim. The face may change, the roles may change, and the era may change, but the reason audiences keep watching remains the same. She never stopped becoming someone new.